Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this Villarreal midfielder, Aleix Baena, as it has been reported that Barca like the 21-year-old midfielder, but a move is now impossible due to 60 million euro release clause in the player's contract. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about on loan right back Sergiño Dest, as it have been reported that manager Xavi have told the player not to return to Barcelona for pre-season. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Apart from Ilkay Gundogan and a pivot midfielder, Barca manager Xavi Hernandez is keen on adding another attack-minded midfielder to his ranks this summer so as to improve the supply line to striker Robert Lewandowski, especially in the absence of Pedri. It has led to links with Villarreal starlet Aleix Baena, who enjoyed a promising 2022-23 season last time out. According to a fresh report from Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona like Baena a lot, but making a move for him in the upcoming summer transfer window is seen as impossible due to the midfielder's age and his release clause amount, which stands at 60 million euros. Baena is a product of the Villarreal Youth Academy and enjoyed a fine breakthrough campaign in the 2022-23 after spending a season away on loan at Girona in the 2021-22. The 21-year-old Spanish midfielder finished last season with a return of 12 goals and 6 assists from 48 matches across all competitions. Given his impressive performances, Villarreal tied Baena down to a new contract in January earlier this year, extending his stay at the El Madrigal until the summer of 2028. As part of the new contract, the Yellow Submarine also increased the value of his release clause amount, which is now believed to be around 60 million euros. That valuation puts him out of Barcelona's range for the moment due to the Catalans' financial situation. Furthermore, given his development, Villarreal are also very reluctant to lose him at this point. These factors combined have rendered the signing of Baena by the La Liga champions impossible heading into the summer. The Blaugrana, however, are keeping close tabs on Baena's former Villarreal teammate Giovanni Lo Celso, who will be returning to his parent club Tottenham Hotspur imminently as his loan spell with the La Liga club has run down. Barcelona continue to show interest in some Villarreal players. Lo Celso, now talking about Baena. Reports claiming how Xavi wants to add an attacking midfielder or a playmaker, apart from Ilkay Gundogan and a new pivot. Which come as a big surprise because it shouldn't be like the summer window we all about be only for midfielders. There are other areas that Barca can still strengthen, like the right back, left winger, a left back probably, a backup left back for Balde, a backup striker for Lewandowski as well. And now we are talking about a summer where it is possible that the club can go and sign up to 3 new midfielders, because we're talking about a new pivot midfielder to replace the outgoing Sergio Busquets. We're talking about Ilkay Gundogan, of course, who is an interior midfielder, also an attacking midfielder, and now talking about a new midfielder as Xavi wants to go for another playmaker, which means that possibly 3 midfielders. That for me, that would not be cool enough. I don't think that will be possible. But if Xavi is to do that, bring in mostly the midfielders, up to 3 midfielders. When we have Pedri, we have Gavi, we have Frankie De Jong, why adding another attacking midfielder? Because I think if the club could have been going for a new pivot, which I yes, all of us know it is necessary for us to go for a new pivot, which is a top priority, in Javi's wish list, then looking for pushing for Ilkay Gundogan, then that would have been understandable. Or had it been that if they are going for these other players or showing interest in them, it's like they are doubtful of Ilkay Gundogan's move to Barca, that could have still be understandable. But now talking about an extra player, if Ilkay Gundogan comes and a new pivot, Xavi wants another player, and I've been talking a lot about this. Aleix Baena from Villarreal, who have been having a great season, and they have caught the eye of the Barca coaching staff as manager Xavi wants to add the player to his squad by all means. But the fact is, the move now looks somehow impossible because of, we all know what, the price tag, or the release clause, which is quite high in Barca's own capacity to pay. And that is what have really killed Barca in this transfer window. The fact that players and their prices, the demand from their parent club makes Barca to be scared. We talk about the likes of Joshua Kimmich recently, as Barca have finally rolled out Joshua Kimmich's move because of price and also because, Bayern don't want to sell the player. So that is when we have a lot of problems heading into the summer transfer window. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. According to a new report by Mundo Deportivo, Barca have informed agents of Sergiño Dest that their club's priority is to sell this summer. Dest signed for Barca, we quite remember, in 2020, arriving from Ajax in a deal worth around 20 million euros, even though he featured fairly regularly in his debut campaign under then manager Ronald Koeman. The player never really looked convincing enough. Following Xavi taking over the reins of the club in November 2021, Sergiño Dest's game time started to reduce greatly as he failed to win over Xavi's heart. Eventually, the 22-year-old was loaned to AC Milan. The move to Italy have really been a disaster as he has barely featured under Stefano Pioli. Indeed, Sergiño Dest played just 14 times across all competitions for the Rossoneri this past season, who have adopted against making signing their player permanent. As such, Dest is now on his way back to Barca, but with Dest not being on Xavi's plans, the idea is to sell him as soon as possible on a permanent deal this summer, and his agents have been made aware of that. However, at the same time, the possibility of the right back staying at the club is not even entirely off the table, especially in the scenario that there are not attractive offers for his services. Union Berlin are already said to be interested, but they are only looking for a loan deal, something that does not appeal to Barca at all. Both parties are clear that the defender needs to play regularly, something that did not even happen when he was at AC Milan this past season. So as such, the priority now is get a new club, go there permanently. We don't need you. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.